Hello, good day to you all, and welcome to Learn English Online. Today, I have just a piece of information for you, and this information is you can speak English. Yeah, I have realized this over time that there are many people who can speak English, but they don't. You wonder why? Just because they believe they cannot speak English, whereas they have everything it takes to speak English. Although I know there are some that are limited because of the fact that they don't have people to speak with, but we still have a lot who have companions who they can speak with, but they just believe they cannot speak, whereas they have everything within them to speak this English. So at the end of this video, I would like to challenge you to speak in English because you already have what it takes. All you need to do is just to develop it. It's a gradual process. Just like any other language. Language is a gradual process. So let's get it started. What do you need to speak in English? You wonder. You just need one thing. Just only a thing to speak English. What is it? You need to make a sentence. You just need to make a sentence. And to make a sentence, what do you need? You need just three things, three main things to make a sentence, which you already know. You need a subject, a verb in the middle, and the object. Again, a subject, a verb, and the object. We already know these things. Mostly or usually, subjects are noun or pronoun. Pronoun is just a replacement for a noun. For example, you want to talk about somebody, but you don't want to mention the name. You can say, instead of saying uh, John is going to the market, you can say he is going to the market. So the he is a pronoun, he, she. Or if it is a material like the table, instead of saying table, you just say it. That is a pronoun. So subject is either a noun. Of course, we know the noun, a name of a person, animal, or place, like place or thing. So subject is a noun or a pronoun. A pronoun, you know, he, she, it. Then for this level, object is mostly uh, a noun also. It's mostly a noun for this level. So what else do you need? The verb. What is the verb? Is the action word. The action word. What is the action? The drink, the eat, the sleep, the go, the jog or run, the drive, the swim, the fly, the take, the give, the get. What else do you need to start speaking English? I challenge you today. You need to speak English at the end of this video. Sometimes we need an article before the noun. For example, instead of saying like the market, we have two types of article. The definite article, which is the definite is the market, or the indefinite, a market. Indefinite because we don't know which market you are talking about. Is it the market in Australia or the market in Singapore? So those are the two types of article we have in English. Indefinite, like a market, which market? Or a definite article. The market. I'm talking about this market, this one in Yugoslavia. So that is the idea. So when you combine this, you're already speaking. It's a gradual process. So after this, you can now bother yourself about tenses. We have many tenses in English language, but the three main ones for this level for the beginners are the simple present tense. These are tense. This is a tense that describe a timeless situation. What you do every time. You make use of simple tense. Also, how do you describe something you did before? Then you make use of a simple past tense. That is when you talk about last night, yesterday, last month, last 3 months, last year, last vacation. Then the third one, when you want to talk about something you are going to do later, then you start talking about next week, tomorrow, next month, next 3 weeks, next year, next vacation, next time. So those are the three main ones you need to bother at this stage. Of course, we have other ones like the present participle and the past participle. But for this level, is a gradual process. When you do this thing gradually, before you know it, you'll be speaking like Donald Trump. So after that, you can now start to bother yourself about the prepositions, the on, the in, the at, the by, under, off, and the rest. Two is very, very a complicated preposition which you really need to pay attention to, but you don't need to worry about it at this level. The idea is just to get yourself speaking. Just start speaking. As time goes on, when you watch movies, you listen to people, like that, you catch up. Yeah. So after that, you can now start, talking about conjunctions. Then now you're having like you have three different sentences on your head and you don't know how to join them together. Are you going to say it one but no, they are conjunctions. That's where you have or, and, although, even though, despite, in fact, you know. So that is the idea. Is a process, which you are going to go through. So, for example, let me just make like three sentences, and we can identify which one is the subject, the verb, and the object. So, of course, the subject can either be a noun or a pronoun. Of course, the verb. We know the action word in the verb. Then, obviously, you know that the object can also be a noun. Or for this level, just take it that way. For example, let me say he eats bread. That is, you are speaking English. He eats bread. It's an English sentence. Many people can speak this thing, but they won't because they believe they can't, whereas they really can. you know Michael and Paula go to the beach. Michael and Paula, that's the subject. Two people go, the action. Then they go to the beach. I mean, the beach. Of course, you have the definite article there. That is just a simple sentence. Or another one. She drives a car. She drives a car. That sentence, you can analyze it. You have the subject. In this case, a pronoun, because I don't want to mention the name Paula. I said she. That is subject. Drives. That is the action in this case. Then the object is also a noun with, of course, the definite article, because the car. I mean, we are talking about that particular car. That car. So you're already making a sentence. So it's a gradual process. Just build on it. Of course, that is why we have different levels for the language, and which applies to other languages. You have the basic, intermediate, and the advanced level, and you can know where you belong. Of course, as you go on, you know that, of course, there are some words in English that are now in another context. They will be a verb, some adjective. They can also be, but it's a gradual process. Just make sure you don't relent and start speaking English today. Thank you very much.